Alright, what's happening everyone? Severe Side, it's CTM1, and yeah, I got my headphones on because I'm going to give you a detailed review of this match between Bangladesh and Afghanistan. So I'm going to have my Word document on, so just so you don't hear my Zoom text going off. So I got my headphones on. Alright, let me just get the notes up here real quick. Alright, just excuse me for one moment. Okay. Now the toss was won by Bangladesh, who decided to bat first. Okay. In this team, you had Shamir Sarkar coming in. Yeah, and this is not an endorsement thing. I'm just drinking Coke. You had Shamir Sarkar coming in, you had Sabir Rahman coming in, you had Taskin Ahmed coming in. Okay, and so obviously you were not playing were Tajul Islam, what's his name? Arafat Sani and Alamin Hussain. And I believe there was one more player who was not playing. Anyway, so you had the playing 11. You had Tamim Iqbal, Anwar Haq opening and all that. So let's get started. Okay, first thing I realized. Where was Adar Ali Khan? Where was Shamim Chowdhury? Where was the BD commentator? Because it's not like we're an associate nation. We are a test playing nation, and our players do have some sort of history. And believe me, the amount of time they fucked up calling Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, or Pakistan, or Zimbabwe, it was appalling, almost appalling. Especially from that bitch boy HArsha Bhogle. I'm sorry, I don't know. No, as a commentator, I don't respect him because he's a piece of shit. Look. The role of a commentator is not just to commentate, especially in a live broadcast sport. It's also to sort of advertise the sport and add more into it. There's a difference between a commentator and a news reporter. HArsha Bhogle is an overexcited news reporter. I don't know why he is commentating, and you saw this from the beginning. Like he says, he started pronunciating his Q's a lot more, like Afghanistan Zaid, and he went on about this like Tamim Iqbal. Like, it's not Iqbal, it's Iqbal Khan. Okay. Man, I mean, look, why do I keep giving HArsha Bhogle and Michael Cole comparisons? It's because they come off as stupid as fuck when they think they're really smart and intelligent. Like coming off smart and they're making an ass of themselves, man. Okay, anyways. Okay, I believe the bowling was opened by Shapur Zadran and Hamid Hassan, I believe. They were actually bowling with pretty good pace, but Anwar Haq and Tamim Iqbal were just playing defensively for the most part, and they were actually having some trouble with the bounce initially. The Bangladeshi bowlers, and they managed to stay they managed to stay intact, not losing the wickets. But at the end of 10 overs, they were 38 for 0. I believe there was one chance that if it would have been reviewed, Tamim would have been given out. Okay. Then you had the first off spinner, which was not Mohammad Nabi. It was somebody else. He obviously doesn't know. He hasn't studied Tamim Iqbal, because if he did, he will know that off spinners come to Tamim Iqbal around the wicket. they get him out around the wicket. They almost never get him out over the wicket. So there's some inexperience being shown. Okay. Then I believe, pretty much right after that, Tamim Iqbal, he was trying to get those cheeky singles. He tried to run one down to third man, and then he poked one and he got caught in the slip for 19, short of his 4,000 run mark. My instant reaction on my notes, I'm like, fuck, and then after 15 overs, we were 47 for 1. I'm like, fuck. Against Afghanistan? Come on, man. I know they're a good team, but... Okay, and at this point I was like, no fucking way. Do not put Afghanistan over again. Okay, because after that, Animal Haq got out LBW. I believe it was to Shapur Zadran. Was it to Shapur Zadran or to Aftab Alam? But yeah, he got caught LBW and he reviewed it and it was unsuccessful. So what's your review? He scored 29, but he's kind of like a camel, if you will. He starts off with an innings real slow. Okay, at this point I'm like, no, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, because at the first drinks break, which is usually around 16 overs, run rate was just above, just hovering around 3. I'm like, no. If it's another below 200 total, Afghanistan are gonna win. Okay, and then we got to the at this point Bangladesh were playing too tentatively. At the end of 20 over, I believe Bangladesh were 61 or 67 for 2. I'm like, not again. Not again. I'm sorry if I'm adjusting the camera because I don't even know if I'm on frame right now because I have my Word document open. Okay, then you had consistent bowling from all the bowlers, especially from this medium pacer Nurwaiz Ashraf. He actually first 8 overs he gave 3 maidens, so this sort of speaks for itself. In a innings that had in a 20 overs innings that had less than 70 runs for 2 wickets. Okay, then you had the pace sort of picking up. I believe the new batsmen were Shamia Sharkar and Mahmudullah. And Shamia Sharkar is you can see he's like a powerful motherfucker, man. Okay, but because at the end of 25 overs we were 101 for 2. I'm like, okay, run rate just above 4 now. That's good. Okay, this ground. I don't know why. This ground had a capacity of around 13,000 people. Obviously, they had to remove some seats and all that, but the ground itself is huge. The longest boundaries were almost 100 meters. The shortest boundaries were about almost 70 meters, maybe 68 meters. The longest boundaries were those down the ground. Shamia Sharkar actually smashed the ball over the longest boundary for a 6. So this is that was good to see, but okay, but just as I thought that the 50-run partnership came right up and Shamia Sharkar was given out LBW. I think this was to Shapur Zadran. Okay. Some people say initially they thought the commentator said this might have been a bad decision, but Hawkeye later revealed that no, it was actually a good decision. Okay. Then, as Russell Arnold has put it, Russell Arnold put it, the man, Shakib, the man has come. Has come, and like he came to a standing ovation. I mean, come on, this motherfucker, man. Like, you talk about transcendent, this motherfucker, man. Okay, then 29.1 OV, Mahmudullah, he gets caught in, I believe, by the keeper or first slip to Shapur Zadran as well. Okay, you can see that, because Shapur Zadran was coming round the wicket to Mahmudullah. He's coming over the wicket to the left-handers, and you sort of thought he had a plan set for Mahmudullah, because he saw where he was, how difficult it was for Mahmudullah out there. But he bowled with a plan, and I'm like, fuck, 119 for 4. No, Mahmudullah out for 23. Okay. Then we are still going at a snail's pace, if you will. And then at the end of 32 overs, we were 129 for 4. Mushfiq Rahim was a new batsman in. Okay. Then after the second drinks break, we got to the power play stages, and by that time they were 146 for 4. Okay. Oh, and by the way, at this point, congratulations to Shakib, first Bangladeshi player to reach 4,000 runs, and with all the wickets he got, I mean, right now he is the top all-rounder on the planet, hands down. Now, in this power play, you had some big ass hitting. You had good running. You had like fours. You had, I think, even a 6 or 2, and you had obviously bad bowling, because at this point you saw Afghanistan's bowling sort of fall apart, because they're giving wides, they're giving bad deliveries, they're giving full tosses, and their fielding. It was actually kind of disappointing, because they actually gave away a good number of overthrows. So end of 40 overs, Bangladesh were 194 for 4. So the power play yielding 48 runs and no wickets. That's a very good progress in 5 overs. Okay, and then Mushfiq Rahim, congrats to him. He reaches his half century. And then by the end of 42 overs, we were 209 for 4. Shakib al-Hasan then also gets to his 50, and Shakib is a street smart cricketer, because he looks for scoring opportunities, and this shit happens when your players get exposed to cricket outside of Bangladesh. Hint, tour Pakistan and all this. Have your players play in other country leagues. And have them play like significant roles, not just get the drinks. Okay, then end of the 43rd over, because Afghanistan was seeming to pull it back just a bit. They were 213 for 4, because at this point you expect 6-7 runs an over, something like that. Okay, then end of 44 overs. This is a good over, 10-run over. We were Bangladesh were 223 for 4. Okay, then the Shakib al-Hasan, he's playing around, and he finally goes for a well-made score of 63 of 51 deliveries, and Bangladesh were 233 for 5. Still wickets in hand. And this wicket was taken by Hamid Hassan, one of the better bowlers in the day, by the way. And Narwaz Ashraf, by the way, his 8 overs, he was very matterly. His 9th over was very expensive, by the way. Okay, Okay, so this is the end of the 45th over, 233 for 5, and the new batsman was Sabir Rahman. Then we had another 5-run over, 238 for 5 in the 46. Okay, and then you had the wicket of Sabir Rahman, who was bowled by Hamid Hassan. And he went for like a single figure score, so I mean he just came in. So at this, death overs, wickets are gonna fall. And end of that over, Murtaza was the new batsman in. Okay, 46.2 overs. 46.2 over. He got a full toss, Mushfiqur Rahim, and he gets caught by a brilliant catch by Shenwari, the leg spinner, who was actually told not to bowl anymore because he kept running on the danger zone. He went for 71 better than a runner ball, and BD were I think 247 for 7. Okay, here was the new surprise for me. Mominul Haq was the new batsman. Mominul Haq was a number 9 batsman. Why is Mominul Haq a number 9 batsman? But he wasn't used as a spinner, but why was he the new number 9 batsman again? Okay. Now you had quit wrong getting, because Mominul Haq can also hit the ball pretty well and can get the single. So end of 48, we were 256 for 7. So we crossed a 250 mark. So they already had over 5 runs to score per over. Okay, end of 49. Death bowling was at times it was pinpoint, and there was still pressure being built up on the bowlers, on the batsmen. And Mominul Haq actually ran himself, decided to get run out, making sure that Murtaza retains the strike. So he went out, and this one we were 263 for 8, and the next ball Murtaza faces, he was bowled by Aftab Alam, and 263 for 9. I'm like, you know what, just take singles. Okay, the last ball of the match, Taskin Ahmad was bowled, and we ended up with a score of 267. I'm like, okay, last ball you got out. Okay, no problem. Okay, okay, now here's my concern. I'm like, okay, the middle order, had that over 100-run partnership and saved it, but the starting, I mean, if the starting is bad, they can't pull this shit off with with better sides, because we've seen in this World Cup, this is a constant 300 tournament, and if the starting was bad, that's something Bangladesh really need to work on. It's actually quite concerning. Okay, I'd like to point something out here. Few people actually knew about Tamim Iqbal's knee surgery, and he had to make a very speedy recovery to actually make this tournament just in time, as it is. Michael Harsha Bhogle Cole did not actually point that out, and oh my god, motherfucker, with this stupid, dumb fucking jokes, man. Oh god. Okay, now at this point, I had the impression that this is a constant 300 tournament, Bangladesh fucking need to bowl well and not give away bad, bad delivery, one bad delivery after another, one bad over after another, and one complacent moment after another. And Afghanistan have to fight as well because 263 they haven't done it usually, and it was going to be a task for them. Okay. Opening bowlers were first was Mashrafi Mortaza. Mashrafi Mortaza at this point, you know that he's a bowler who can move the ball off the pitch significantly. He's more like a fast off spinner, and he can swing the ball as well. And we saw some good shit from Mortaza today, man. I mean, end of the first over, Mortaza actually gets Javed Ahmadi, and he goes for I believe for duck. He gets him for. He actually gets him for one, and end of the first over, Afghanistan were 2 for 1. The new batsman was Navroz Mongol, and Harsha Bhogle, dude, stop trying to sound very diversely adaptable, very amphibious with your or chameleons with your accents, right, and your pronunciations. Okay, the first ball Rubel Hussain bowled, it was 138 kilometer per hour delivery, and he traps the wicketkeeper Zazai LBW. So at this point, 1.1 over, Afghanistan were 1 for 2. No, sorry, 2 for 2. Okay. Okay, the next batsman was Stanek Zai. It's Stanek Zai. Alright? Not Stanek Zai. Harsha Bhogle. Fucking. Okay, the first wicket. Okay, so the second over was just apart from the wicket was a nothing over. The third over, 2.5 over, Mortaza, he's on his game again. He's on his game again. First wicket he got cotton bowled. Now he got a ball caught to second slip at by Mahmudullah, who's actually kind of tall, so he doesn't have problems stretching out and getting deliveries usually. Okay, and the batsman who went was actually a batsman who could bat. It was a Stanek Zai. And Afghanistan at this point were 3 for 3. Stanek Zai, I believe he just scored 1. Okay, Rubel Hussain. This actually came out in the report that he actually showed up to be the fastest bowler at the moment, and he was bowling at mid 140s, sometimes even slight high 140s. And at this point, the new batsman was Shenwari. Okay, and they were getting maybe an occasional boundary, occasional 2, but this point, the opening players who were there to set the foundation, they were gone for nothing. So Afghanistan were actually in trouble, from the get-go. So they were at the end of 10 overs, they were 24 for 3, for the loss of 3 wickets. That's all it tells you.
5:10 p.m. Screen lock.
Okay, and speaking of pace, I know some people are looking forward to this 19-year-old Taskin Ahmed, and with good reason. He's just 19 years old, and he's also bowling at around an average of around 140, 141k. So that's good to see. Okay, and at one point, Mortaza was on his game, man. He was bowling deliveries, but batsman did not know how to play. cutting through them, like, whizzing past them. And one point, he actually gave a stare down to the batsman. This was fucking epic. Murtaza, your slowest pace bowler, stares down your opposition batsman, and the next ball actually bowls a fucking bouncer that almost gets caught. Just, Mushfiqur Rahim, he's just too, he's like 5-0, 5-1 maybe. Yeah, he almost gets caught. So that was very entertaining to see from Murtaza. Okay, and then, wherever this man goes, gets an ovation. The 14th over coming in, was bowled by Shakib Al Hasan. Okay. Here I gotta point out something about, because here's where his commentary can actually kill cricket, and I'm like, where the fuck is Atar Ali Khan? Where the fuck is Atar Ali Khan with this? Okay, Harsha Bhogle is fucking cringeworthy, man. Look, where was that time? I think last Raw, WWE Raw, he called Luke Harper, Luke Ambrose or something. Because Michael Paul couldn't actually be bothered. He's just there to suck Vince's dick, and take Cena up the ass at the same time, and while giving a hand job to Roman Reigns. But Harsha Bhogle, he says, "All right, now." This is interesting here. Shakib is coming into ball, and it's not a great turn of the ball. He comes a little side on, but it's not a great turn of the ball. He just is subtle variations. He has these subtle variations. I mean, Razak and Rafiq, they were the regulars of Indian cricket, and they should turn the ball. They should turn the ball a lot, and they should turn the ball a lot more at times. And they were actually the backbone of. They are the backbone of Bangladesh's spin ball. Shut the fuck up! All right. Shakib is the biggest turner of the ball in Bangladesh cricket right now. Where the fuck were you when he was turning the ball 90 degrees, as recently as the last Big Bash League in which Shakib played, turned the ball almost 90 degrees. That's not fucking turning the ball, you lesbian shaped motherfucker. That's not turning the ball. And oh my god, look. Harsha Bhogle. Okay, imagine this. Harsha Bhogle. He goes on with the story oh Russell, you conniving little devil, you hid all the biscuits behind the television set, and you are telling me, Harsha, where do you have my chocolates? Imagine hearing that conversation for 30 overs from Harsha Bhogle. And then finally Matthew Hayden comes in you know what, guys? I hit it, okay? I hit it. Stupid ass biscuits. Oh, just cringe-worthy commentary from Harsha Bhogle, man. I mean, look, this is like Michael Cole, jumping up and down, dancing with the Exotic Express. What the fuck does this have to do with the actual sport that's going on? Stop talking about biscuits, okay? And by the way, Saurav Ganguly or Sunil Gavaskar actually came in and saved Harsha Bhogle's ass and said that Shakib can actually turn the ball. He's actually a good turner of the ball. That's his biggest strength, because he has He can turn the ball a lot, and he has a good arm ball. God, no. It's to this point where, look, when you come to this point where almost anyone can do your job being a commentator, then yeah, you don't deserve to be respected for for your position. When anyone can do your job, that means you're doing your job in the worst possible way. Harsha Bhogle is getting very close to that. Oh, what happened now? Okay. There was one drop catch by Shakib Al Hasan, and Taskin Ahmed, 14.3. He actually a ball delivery, and Shakib, I believe, dropped it up. I believe it was third man. Okay, so we get to the first drinks break. Afghanistan were 44 for the loss of 3 wickets, and this sort of tells you, even there, because when you're chasing down, the mind frame is always different, because you either need to have wickets in hand or you need to have a good total. If you don't have either, then you're in a lot of trouble. Okay, and in this World Cup, you cannot BD cannot drop catches like they did. They need to be 120% in every field. Okay, then you have Mahmudullah coming to bowl the 17th, and oh my God, if I had put a tape around Harsha Bhogle's mouth, I would. Okay, and then Mahmudullah, he did his thing. Shami Sharkar, he came into bowl the 20th, and I believe the first over he was actually he went for 9 runs or something. So at the end of 20 overs, Afghanistan were 62 for 3. So Shinwari and the other batsmen were actually sort of getting themselves set. Okay. Now I believe someone brought this up. Maybe it was Harsha Bhogle's lame ass, or maybe it was Maybe it was Sunil Gavaskar or Saurav Ganguly. Saurav Ganguly, by the way, he did some good commentary. Matthew Hayden, by the way, he did some entertaining commentary. I wouldn't mind him commentating, a lot more of these games. Okay, that point where we lost to Afghanistan in the Asia Cup, they were 90 for 3 from 23 overs, and they went on to score 256. So I thought, Bangladesh should be careful, because Bangladesh are known to win losing games. Okay. Okay. Shakib Al Hasan, he came into bowl the 22nd, and 22.4 overs. Mahmudullah, he gets the catch of Navroz Bungle, who actually hit the ball pretty well. But this was a very good catch by Rubul Hussain, and Rubul Hussain, he took a bump. He took a heavy shoulder block bump, where you land on your upper back, and then you flip on your upper back onto your chest. He took that bump while taking that catch, and he actually got injured. I believe it was the landing of his calf or something like that. Okay, Navroz Bungle, he went for 27. Afghanistan were 65 for 4, and something had to give. Come on. The new batsman was Mohammad Nabi, the Afghanistan captain. And Taskin Ahmed comes into bowl 24th, and okay, now the pressure was mounting. Okay, 25.4 overs. The set batsman, Samil Shinwari, he actually gets run out by a pretty good catch, a pretty good throw by Sabir Rahman, and he goes out for he goes out for a well-made 42, but it was off almost 80 balls, so could have been faster. So Afghanistan this one were 78 for 5, and you can kind of see the end coming, but then again, you never know with Bangladesh. You just never know. Okay, Najibullah Zadran, he comes in. He was the new batsman. And by the way, there are actually a few Zadran. There's Shapur Zadran, Daulat Zadran, Najibullah Zadran. Maybe there are a few more. Maybe they're related. I don't know. Okay, Sabir Rahman, he comes to bowl the 28th over, and he's a leg break bowler. And possibly not to give him the ball again. If when you have Mominul Haq in your team, he can bowl like sneaky left arm deliveries as well. Then we saw after the one over spell, Samir Sarkar, he comes in to bowl the 30th over. Yeah, I still have my fingers crossed because after 30 overs, Bangladesh were 96. Oh no, Afghanistan were 96 for 5. I still have my fingers crossed because I wasn't going to take chances. Okay, it was good to see Rubul Hussain back on because like he went off the field after a bit of injury, but he came to bowl the 33rd, and Shakib Al Hasan to bowl the 34th. And here they sort of you can say they sort of picked up the pace a bit because after 35, Afghanistan were 126 for 5. So I'm like, okay, are they starting to get the momentum? Because we've seen totals in this World Cup. Murtaza comes in to bowl the 36th. Okay, and Shakib Al Hasan is bowling the 37th. Shakib Al Hasan, he actually gets Zadran, I believe, LBW. Yeah, he gets him LBW for 17. Okay, and then the next ball by Mashrafi Murtaza, I believe he gets the captain Mohammad Nabi out, caught to Samir Sarkar. And Mohammad Nabi, he actually did some good scoring. He scored like 44 runs, but maybe a bit. I wouldn't say shuffle up the order, but then again, your top order didn't fire, so you can't just put that as an excuse. Okay, at this point, Afghanistan were 136 for 7. Okay, Ashraf and Aftab Alam were the new two batsmen in because in 2 balls you had two wickets again. And now they were like sort of struggling, and end of 40 overs, Afghanistan were 146 for 7. You still never know. Okay, at this point, I don't know, some shit was said about Murtaza, saying that he used to be quicker before. He's just not quick anymore. Towards the end, some people, maybe Russell Arnold actually put this over. You expected this from HArsha, a candy cane fornicating Bhogle. You hit my biscuit, Russell. You hit my biscuit. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Because about his pace, if Atta Ali Khan was there, Shamim Chaudhary was there, they would have told the story of how Murtaza actually fought back from injury. Because the amount of injury and surgery he had, he was meant to retire. And yes, one of the injuries he had is he tore his ACL. He tore his ACL while bowling in West Indies. He had I believe double knee surgeries on both knees and stuff like that. He had a lot of rehab going in. So where were the BD commentators at this point? Okay, and then 40.4 overs. Shakib gets Murtaza caught at long off for 10 runs, and these are tail enders. So what can you say? Okay, this did bring up the Afghanistan 150 runs, but they were 154 for 8 at the moment. Okay, Taskin Ahmad to bowl the 42nd. Okay, the new batsman was Hamid Hassan, and Tasir Ahmed gets his wicket for a duck. Okay. Okay, and then finally at the end of the towards the end of the 43rd over, Shapur Zadran got run out, and I believe Afghanistan ended up with 162. Bangladesh won by 105 runs, and I thought order has been restored, because now Bangladesh played the game like a full member team playing an associate team, a superior team playing an inferior team, and beating them quite definitively. Could it be more definitive? Yes, but this was definitive enough, considering that the first outing Afghanistan whooped our asses in our home country, which was very embarrassing for us. So this was put those mental demons to sleep, if you will. But good showing from Afghanistan. But they actually they actually did good in very few patches. Most of the remainder of the game, they actually fell apart with bad bowling, bad fielding, and even bad batting. And nothing to take away from Bangladesh. Mortaza, he bowled like a beast. I believe he bowled 9 overs for less than 3 runs an over. For a fast bowler, that is fucking epic. That is But then again, Mortaza has been doing that recently. He knows he doesn't have the pace. What's he gonna do? He's gonna outthink you. He's gonna outmaneuver you. What a maneuver! Yeah. You're gonna say those things. About Mortaza. The way he bowled with the variations. His speed spectrum was around 133, 134 to 111, 112, and his average speed was around 130. So he knows what he has to work with, and he knows what he can do. And seeing that bouncer again, that was good. That bouncer and the stare down. Like I said, imagine a Bangladeshi bowler staring down an opposition batsman. Bangladesh bowler staring down, intimidatingly staring down a batsman. That was fucking epic. We don't see that usually. Okay. The crowd was actually quite good. Considering that we had only 13,000 and it was pretty much a sellout. The crowd, it was quite good. They were firmly behind Bangladesh. You had a few behind Afghanistan, but obviously it's a World Cup, and there are Afghans living in Australia. And this was in Canberra. This is the Manuka Oval, and it was kind of near the capital. Okay, so this was a good crowd that we've seen. So everyone, apart from the Bangladeshi openers, they actually played pretty well. I'm looking forward to what the Bangladeshi openers can do in the next game, because I want them to fight back more. I want them to set bigger scores, because most of the onus will fall on them if Bangladesh have to actually make it to the second round and even go beyond. Okay. I was done with this at 6 in the morning. And my money was on Shakib to win the match, but I thought of wanted Mortaza to win that as well, because that motherfucker is a fucking fighter, man. But apparently Mushfiqur Rahim won it, and rightfully so. Mushfiqur Rahim, he made the biggest contribution. Okay, and that pretty much wraps it up. Hope you guys enjoyed this detailed review, and yes, I'll try and cover more Bangladeshi games to this detail. Right, I'm looking forward to constant suggestions. This is Tanveer Said signing out, and yeah, fuck HArsha Bhogle.